The first question, Joe, is about economy and the jobs. Do you believe Windsor is out of the recession, and what do you propose to do to promote job creation in Windsor and Essex?
No, I don't believe we're out of the recession. The unemployment rate in this area is still second or third highest in the country, and that's always my test. And what we're proposing to do in terms of job creation as a political party is to focus particularly on small business to help them create new jobs. We've got an incentive of $4,500 to do that, and if they keep the staff person for a year or more, then they get a bonus of $1,000. We think that'll be a big job creator.
Okay, and the second question is on the environment. Just reset the clock here. And it is, what local environmental issue do you think is most pressing, and what do you propose to do about it as a Member of Parliament?
I still believe that the air quality issue, that the pollution that we have in this area and the toxins that damage our health is still the major issue, both as a health issue and an environmental one. What I've been doing since I was first elected was to fight really hard to get the U.S. to shut their coal-fired power plants, because at least 50% of the bad air quality we have in this area is because of the U.S. And so there's been a lot of lobbying that's gone on, and I intend to continue to pursue that to get the governments on that side to clean up.
Okay, very short and to the point. All right, the third question. How has the use of social media affected politics in this campaign?
Well, there's no question that I think just about every candidate I've spoken to from any party are using it much more in this campaign than we did in the last one in 2008 and certainly in 2006. I think the big issue about the social media is we don't have any methodology to analyze whether in fact it's effective. It's being in my campaign, and I think this is generally true, we're targeting it towards the youth to try and get the youth to vote more. But there's no way of assessing whether in fact that's going to be effective. That is whether social media is going to encourage people to vote. But it certainly, there's a lot more resources going into it.
Okay. The fourth question. Do you believe Canada needs a national framework to deal specifically with the large number of people set to retire in the next few years?
There's no question that we have to. As opposed to some of the other political parties, we believe, the NDP believes strongly that we are in a crisis with regards to our pensions, both the private sector ones that are, some have gone bankrupt, leaving the beneficiaries of those policies getting very little of their benefits. But as well in the public sector, we believe there has to be radical reform, major reform, both to the Canada pension, the old age security payments, and the guaranteed income supplement. All of those have to be addressed, and major reforms have to be put into play.
Okay. And our last question, the wild card. What are you going to do for me if you're re-elected?
You mean you personally?
Perhaps.
Or all of your listeners out there.
Yeah.
The thrust in this one is, there's no question, my political party and certainly my goals are both to deal with that pension issue. We have got to get that reform in place. It's just totally unfair to our people who've helped build this country that they end up retiring into a level of poverty that's just grossly unacceptable in this society. And it also helps youth very much, because a lot of those people who are finding themselves in those circumstances without enough income are taking jobs away from young people. They would be preferred to be retired, but they're being forced to stay in the workplace. So that will also open up jobs for our younger people as they come into the workforce.